Okay, this was actually yesterday's ride. I'm going to call this 2.5 because I don't think that little pony ride with Bill a couple of times around the round pen with him walking really counts. Um, I thought I would just show a little bit of the kind of warm-up routines that I do with her. And of course, this has been months in the making, but there's a little round pen work. And then here she, going to the left, whoa needs to mean whoa. She's really good going to the right, but going to the left, she wants to take a step and take a step. So I'm just making her stay there. And of course, all of this is um, heavily compressed. I edited the hell out of it. So um, leaving out the boring parts, doing a little desensitization. Well, I guess boring is a matter of opinion. But I love this little whip. It's like not a dressage whip and not a lunge whip, but it's braided leather and soft and light. So after the cantering, I like that she comes back to a nice easy trot, but you're going to see her kind of come into me. She wants to keep coming to the center now. I'm going to have to keep pushing her out. It's not really forceful. Here I'm just drawing her in. We're done with that. And it was very, very windy today, so you're missing a few of the little head tosses and things, but it was hot, relatively speaking. So I'm going to take off my fleece and rather than just stand there, use that time to let her follow me around. I try to do this whenever it looks like she's going to hook on like that. I make that happen. I use that opportunity. It doesn't always happen, but it usually happens after I work with her. As soon as we start working, then she's like, okay, you're my person. Before we start working, she'd just as soon flip me the bird. Now I have her on the lead line, and I'm going to ask for some changes of direction with her moving her hind and then moving her forequarters. And keep in mind, all of this was taught incrementally in little tiny, tiny baby steps from, don't give me your butt when I come into the round pen to, yielding to pressure and everything else. It's been little tiny, tiny baby steps. I'm going to back her a little bit before I ask for the turn on the forehand, or to yield the forehand, and this is pretty new for her. This is something that was real hard for her at first, was to go between me and the fence. I started this at a great distance and then gradually closed the distance. But it was important because to get up on the panels over her, I needed her to be comfortable closer to the panel. Now here I'm tightening the girth again. I've got a 54-inch girth on her, and in the beginning I can barely make the first hole. You're going to see me tighten this girth, I think, twice more, and we ultimately go up 7 holes. And I think that's significant because she's learning to engage her abdominals. She's not blowing. And again, this was really tough for her at first, having me up over her, touching her at all. I'm getting on her on the off side because I like horses that can be mounted from either side because you just never know. So she's pretty cool with that. Again, big improvement. And where on the first ride, it took me about 5 minutes to get her to move off once I got on. Here, you're going to see her move off pretty quickly. Not with a lot of energy, but she's going to move off. And then we walked for, a good 5 minutes or so, which I won't bore you with. Again, kind of letting her, today I'm letting her choose the direction, but once she picks a direction, then she's got to stay on that for a good long time. And you'll see that she does not want to go to the left. That was a nice transition. And a little bit later now she's moving out where I actually have to post. So for her to be moving forward this much is just huge, I think. And boy, is she comfortable. So here is where she's going to try and veer off to the right when she comes back around. And I'm going to just block her with my right hand. Keep going. So because she wanted to go to the right, I'm going to just turn her hindquarters to the left. Again, we did lots and lots and lots of that. This is heavily compressed. And here I'm just doing more desensitizing. I haven't done this from her back. Of course, I've done tons of it, but I didn't do it on that first ride and work the rope around her. And she doesn't even mind when I hit her in the head with it, because that's how I am. She's very forgiving of me being a klutz. I'm sorry for all the jump cuts. I had it edited really nicely, and then my computer kept saying that it couldn't save, so this was sort of a crash version. Now here, see, I'm tightening the girth again, coming up all total 7 holes in the billets. So we're going to turn that hay belly into muscle. And here she's starting to use more of the pen instead of making such tight circles, at least going to the right. And moving out nicely. I'm trying to remember my diagonals. It's been a long time. Asking for lots of hindquarter yields. And still, obviously, just still in a halter. And again, this is just the second ride. I might take her in the arena next time. I don't know why I left this exciting bit of business in here. But I'm just asking her if if you going to the left, keep going to the left. And that's her stiff side, so she's making tinier circles going to the left, which is actually helping her get more flexible. And I think there you have it. Second ride. So it's pretty much over, but I just left the last couple of minutes because I think it's cute how she follows me around. Alright, so I'll probably make another one of these next week and we'll see what happens in the course of a week.